brings me to X. Twitter rebranding to X. Okay, so here we go. This whole thing, is connected into some very ancient stuff that ties into some dark things, man. And not just dark things. I'll break this down here step by step as it goes into the ancient. What this used to stand for, the X and the O, when you go back in ancient time, is the sexual reproduction in the phallus entering the vagina. Okay? The X within the O. And then it takes on more occult meaning. Different variants throughout different Masonic lodges, different branches, different groups. They use this in different ways, and it means certain things to certain people. This is why you've seen it all over the place. There's been dozens of different artists that have named their albums X. Of course, DMX obviously comes to the top, but just look it up. A ton of artists that have referenced this. X, and then X over. And then this is why Elon himself, the world's richest man, named his son X. And it's not just his son, now this platform. You think that's all just by coincidence? It's because he woke up the other day and he thought? No. This has been part of the plot and plan since Jump Street. He even told us as much. In his acquisition of Twitter, he hinted that this whole thing was going to be transformed into X. Okay? So this has been part of this plan all along. Okay? As they drop the breadcrumbs, X is here. And when you go to Twitter, it may look like an X, but it's not just an X. Twitter, by design, has all their images within a circle. And when you go to the home page, over on Twitter, it's kind of hidden. But right up here, hover over the X, and what's it in? It's in the circle. It's in the circle. This occult meaning, if you do not know. Okay? This is serious shit, because to me, this is signaling something. There's a reason for everything, timing for everything, man. You may not have it all figured out at the moment, but things can start to come to light. All right, so this ties in with the mark of the beast as well, okay? With this whole thing. This is also a scoff at Christianity and the cross in itself. And basically being the bent cross, okay? And a mockery, making a mockery toward it. When you go back to the ancient time of this, not ancient time, back to Jesus' time at least. Now, you've got X being used and symbolized ever since the days of Osiris as a symbol of death. Wow, the thunder rolls, baby. Okay? You have X's placed over characters' eyes when they're dead inside of cartoons. Right? And for the Freemasons, the use of an X symbolizes transformation. Okay? And they use this in imagery and throughout different degrees. And you guys have all heard the old saying, right? Cross my heart and hope to die, right? Rise is starting to make sense to you now. All the back end of the stuff you were never taught. You hear all these sayings and they derive from somewhere, and some of it comes from the occult. You've just never known it. Okay? Okay, it is associated with the Samaka, the S in the Hebrew alphabet, which is the symbol for the serpent or the dragon swallowing its own tail, and that is the Ouroboros. Thank you for that chime in, right on cue. You see, it all ties together there, and as we're talking about this X, wow, hear that thunder roll. Madonna has a new album called Rebel Heart. Yeah, you know, the same Madonna that just went down with the illness, all this stuff. Setov. She has a song called Illuminati on the album, and it shows her with an X over her face. Chris Brown has dropped an album called X. Man. It's crazy. Kylie Montague is doing the Illuminati Vow of Silence on the cover of her new album, and it is called X. Big Sean shows the all-seeing eye in the X as he is slowly transforming into these occult ideas on his stuff. So you can see they've placed it in everything. Ed Sheeran has an album out called X. This is, it just goes on and on. Nickelodeon and their Kids' Choice Awards. They sport the fused X and O together at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. It's crazy. What do you have with extreme sports that goes back to the Olympic Games? What do you have? The modern day, the extreme ones. They're called X Games. And when you get a medal, guess what you get? It's the fusion of an X and an O on their medal. Again, the X within the O. Again, the fusion of it right in front of your face. The X is also used to activate subconscious programming. They're up to something big time. Right in front of your face with all of this.
The king has arrived. I repeat, your king has arrived. And I bid you your due. Yeah, do.